Habri Gani, happy Kwanzaa, and we are on day 6, Kuumba, to do as much as we can in the way that we can in order to leave our community more beautiful than we inherited it. When I first took on this role, community arts director for a Red Circle, I knew that art was fun to do. Like, it's always a lot of fun to create, be creative, arts and crafts. I have a lot of fun doing it. So I knew that. I knew it. But I was faced with the question, okay, why does it matter to the community? Why should a funder look at what we have to offer and say, okay, I want to support the work that they're doing? And so to answer that question, I had to do a little bit of research and I came across the term creative placemaking or arts-based placemaking. And essentially, it's using art and culture to give character and quality of a place. One of my favorite examples of this here in St. Louis are all those cakes all over the city. There's different art cakes. I guess they're Art Deco cakes. I think there's 100 of them. And it's pretty cute. Like if a tourist or if a local wanted to do like a scavenger hunt and the hunt was to find like all 100 of those cakes, or the hunt is to find a few of those cakes along with other things, it would make for a really neat like community building activity. Another great example, I remember learning this term from, I believe, I could be wrong, I know it was one of my high school teachers that taught me this term. I want to say it was my drama club teacher. And we were learning about how when groups participate in shows and routines, whether it be like a dance number or a band number or just any sort of performance in a group, it helps strengthen what we call our mirror neurons in our brains. And it's really good for how we relate to other people. And so creative placemaking essentially is using art to make a place, but make a place vibrant, make a place safe, make a place thrive. That's what creative placemaking is. To do as much as we can in the way that we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. So I need to ask my mom what the name of the song is, but there's a song that it's like her personal anthem as executive director of a Red Circle. It talks about leaving things better than you found it. And so the creative spot, and I might be able to put some examples in this. Yeah, I'll be able to put some examples in this video. So when we first acquired the creative spot building, it was quite a shock to see it in the state that it was in. Like, how could anybody do any business out of this building? It used to be called Ferguson Designs or like Ferguson Print Designs or something like that. And I think it was one person working out of there by themselves. And so when we got the building, we worked with numerous contractors, and a Red Circle even did some of the job themselves to create it to be what we know it now. We are excited to reopen the space. Various factors played into why we couldn't have it open during the fall and the beginning of the winter, but we'll be back in there and it'll be open for you guys to come and do karaoke and arts and crafts, and you can be on the lookout for being able to rent the space for your professional groups or your support groups. But the creative spot is one way we use creative placemaking to make our communities a better place. Now, of course, creativity far exceeds just arts and crafts, but Being able to creatively solve problems matters too. One of the problems that our community faces, it's hard to access healthy food here. It's either expensive, too far away, or at the local store, it's getting ready to go bad in about 3 days. So, like, one of the ways a red circle has been able to creatively combat this issue in North County is to start 3 different healthy food access points that the community could use to get access to healthy food, right? The Healthy Flavor Community Market and Garden, the Damu Smith Liberation Garden, and the North County Agricultural Education Center are the locations that a red circle uses to help increase healthy food access. And so with creativity, they have to creatively collaborate. They have to creatively plan. They have to creatively implement. They have to creatively track data. And to see this movement be successful, they have to be creative. One of our team members, Queenie, she is a culinary chef, and she's a creative culinary chef. Not only does she make things that you would have never thought could be made, right? But her presentation is creative. She has her own business called NICU's Experience. And last year during the Kwanzaa show, she was a vendor, and I got apple butter from her, and I need to get some more apple butter from you because it tastes so good. And culinary arts is creative. In the show Kwanzaa, the Village It Takes, Miss Walters represents this principle of creativity. She's the art teacher, and when the town decides to unite for this creative night endeavor, it kind of brings her old spark back for creativity and for art. In the show, the mayor denies them their permission to do the show, to do like their creative night. And Miss Walters takes it upon herself to rally up everyone and say, okay, we're going to make cards for the mayor, and we're going to make them personalized and make her feel seen and heard. And we're going to use creativity to help move the mayor to let us do this creative night. And so they make the cards. The mayor reads the cards, and she has a whole moment, which I'll talk more about tomorrow when we talk about faith. Creativity has a way of mending, and creativity has a way of fixing. In my personal walk with God right now, this chapter of my walk with God right now is called God is an Artist. God is a creator, God is a designer, and we are made in his image in that way. So I'm going to talk very deep about this in the future because I am in love with this topic right now. But any artist that loves the Lord, we've been called to decipher how he designs and then translate that to the people. Creativity is deep. Creativity is more than just cutting out construction paper and gluing it together and making a cute little craft, right? Your family has issues. How do you creatively come together to solve your issues? You're having a hard time with your diet. How do you creatively make a diet that's healthy and still enjoyable? And then anyone who is a creative, you should maximize your creativity. You should be absolutely as creative as you can be. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. I know that being an artist and being a creative outside of the entertainment industry is not very much understood by people who are not artists and people who are not creatives in terms of our inner world and in terms of how we function and how we operate. And so it can be easy to fall into the trap of masking and wanting to be palatable to the people around you. But you're an artist. You weren't called to be normal. You were called to be a little abnormal. So you can step into that. And you can live it out. God is not going to let you do that alone. And God is not going to let you express your arts and face like persecution and ridicule from the world without him like bringing you friends and bringing you a community and a village of people to embrace you. There are so many ways to use creativity to solve our problems. I like to watch TED Talks, and one TED Talk, the guy he was talking about art and creativity and creative placemaking, and it was one this example he gave. This guy had a couple of chairs out on his front lawn. Nothing crazy, just some little front lawn chairs. And some kids like came and they spray painted the chairs, like vandalizing the chairs. And that guy, he could have like, I think he had like a CCTV camera on his house. That guy could have easily called the police and been like, these kids are vandalizing my property. I need you to come get them. But he was like, you know what? They're actually really good at this. What if we can get the entire neighborhood to put chairs out on their front porches and like paint them? And then like eventually this strip of the street became known for like these colorful chairs. And we all know that art and creativity are great ways to combat bad memories. So you could imagine that being an incredible childhood memory for somebody. A lot of my childhood memories, a lot of my best and most profound childhood memories are of art class, creativity, when my parents used to let me draw all over my walls, and just the ability to express. And so reconnecting with that part of myself this year has been like the breath of fresh air that I needed, for real. In your own life, how can you use creativity to solve your problems? How can you use creativity to leave a space better than it was when you arrived? That's what I have for you for day 6, Kuumba. Tomorrow we're going to talk about faith, and that'll wrap us up, which obviously my black candle can probably only last one more day. So I'll see you tomorrow.